And we start with breaking news out of Nairobi, Kenya, where ongoing protests have now inflamed further. We are learning that lawmakers in Kenya's parliament, which is on fire, have been forced to escape
and
through
that is
an
a buffer between the protesters and the police, and they're still patrolling this area, making sure that there are no protesters coming back here. But that
is the fifth rainy season in a row that does not keep its promise in the Horn of Africa. Here, there is no more water or grass to feed the cattle.
Religious leaders have expressed grave concerns over the spiraling wave of abductions being witnessed across the country.
Plan 1 is prayer. Plan 2 is prayer. Plan 3 is prayer. Plan 4 is prayer. Why is this year the year of prayer?
In times of crisis, the voice of God becomes a lifeline. Amos 3:7 says, "Surely the sovereign Lord does nothing without revealing his plan to his servants, the prophets." At the crossover service on 31st December 2023, the man of God, Apostle Charles Mutuku, urged the nation to look to God. He spoke with urgency, reminding us that Kenya's survival in the year ahead depended not on human strength, but on divine intervention. He called the church and the nation to their knees, emphasizing that only through prayer could we weather the storms to come.
No man will be able to restore this nation except the hand of God is with that man. No president, no elected leader can do this. Not even one. It will take divine intervention for this nation to recover.
As the year progressed, the prophecy of the man of God began to unfold. He had foreseen a season of fear, confusion, and crisis sweeping across the country. He warned of a nation grappling with uncertainty, struggling to find hope in the midst of turmoil. His words were a clarion call to prepare, to seek God's face, and to stand firm in faith.
2024 will look like great fear, confusion, and crisis. Many things will be shaken. Kwa hivyo ukiona chaos in the city, chaos is not good news for you. You should pray against it a lot. Don't watch the news and say, "Aya, nikiko radio koko. Ai, wametupa taya. Haja nikae kwa nyumba tu nione vile kutaenda."
By mid-year, the prophetic word came to life with unmistakable clarity. The months of June through August were marked with chaos, a time of unrest and upheaval that dominated headlines across the nation. News outlets reported the very scenarios Apostle Charles had foreseen, leaving no doubt that his words were divinely inspired.
How would you describe the atmosphere at 5:30 now on Tuesday afternoon? Does it feel as if things are calming down, or do you expect that things could kick off again tonight?
Things are not calming down. If anything, things appear to be escalating as we're getting closer to that curfew. The government ordered all the protesters to end their activities by 6:30 p.m. local time. So that's in just a...
Here, I saw gangs of people whose origin is political. Gang. You know gangs? Where there is lawlessness. Look, you are going about your business. Yes, gangs backing a particular politician. They meet you, they rob you, and they put your car on fire. I can't call them political campaigner, but they are gangs whose source is political. They are legitimized by political side. Are you listening now? It's a demonic agenda against the nation,
Around here, I want to show you some of them now. People breaking into these buildings and taking whatever they can. We saw one man walking away with a TV set on his back. This is just one that's completely vandalized here, but there's a lot of them. This appears to have been the mounting of a TV here. On this street, all across it, a lot of these offices appear to have been looted and everything taken out. The glass shattered. This is a Forex bureau next to it here. that has nothing left over. That's all completely vandalized there.
In the crossover service of 2023, the man of God spoke of a looming terrorist threat, a scheme of the enemy against the peace of our land. And as the year unfolded, this dark prophecy came to pass. Yet even in the shadow of fear, his words reminded us that prayer could thwart the plans of the enemy and secure divine protection.
Pray against sponsored terrorism to try to destabilize the government for political reasons, so that the government can look like a failure.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki has officially designated 8 individuals under the Prevention of Terrorism Act for aiding terrorist activities in the country. Now, through a Gazette notice published Friday, Kindiki said there is sufficient information linking the suspects to the planning and financing of terrorism.
The man of God also unveiled the enemy's agenda to disrupt government operations by causing uproar among the civil servants and threatening to bring the nation to a standstill. These two came to pass as unrest swept through the civil service. But through it all, the church stood in prayer, interceding for divine order to prevail.
Pray for the national civil servants, because the enemy intends to stir them into demos and paralyze the economic recovery and the service recovery for the public uproar. Once the civil servants down their tools and they do demos, everything can be paralyzed. And this is a big agenda the devil has this year.
From a strike in the education sector to another in civil service, Kenya's Civil Servants Union has issued a nationwide strike notice over alleged failure by the government to honor their collective bargaining agreement. Union leader Tom Odege says the second phase of the salary review was to be implemented from July, but nothing has been effected so far. They further want their employer to confirm casuals as per the collective bargaining agreement signed by the workers' union. They have vowed to bring government operations to a standstill if their demands are not met in full.
Yet, amidst the darkness, there was a beacon of hope. The man of God prophesied that Kenya would receive favor and acceptance from other nations. True to his word, world leaders extended hands of cooperation and support to our nation, seeking to align with Kenya's leadership. It was a testament to God's unwavering hand of favor upon us.
Kenya will continue experiencing international reception and open hand because the hand of God will do it. That means there are so many presidents that would want to work with our president. And God will do it so that Kenya can find, as a nation now, can be received by other nations so that God can use those nations to support the country.
Britain's King, King Charles III, has arrived in Kenya on his first trip to Africa since becoming the monarch, after the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth, last year. Now, he was greeted by President William Ruto in Nairobi. King Charles is expected to acknowledge painful aspects of Britain's near 7-decade colonial rule.
Now let's turn to the US, where a foreign leader is on a grand state visit. Kenya's President William Ruto is in Washington, D.C. It's the first state visit by a Kenyan leader in over 2 decades and the first by an African leader in 16 years. We told you about this yesterday, so this visit is a big deal.
The man of God declared that 2024 would be a year of open doors for Kenyans to work abroad. And indeed, countless testimonies have emerged of Kenyans stepping into international opportunities, securing jobs and fulfilling dreams. God's word never fails.
I told you many Kenyans will receive international open doors.
Now, the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection has launched an ambitious national job recruitment program aimed at connecting skilled and semi-skilled Kenyans with overseas employment opportunities.
Once Kenya is accepted, spoken well by the other countries, people from those countries will want to come. But the thing that the enemy can use to stop it is our internal crisis here. Kwa hivyo ukiona chaos in the city, chaos is not good news for you. That is the devil. To scare the people from coming to the nation as tourists.
2024 was not only a year of fulfilled prophecy, but a year of spiritual awakening. The man of God declared it the year of prayer, and he equipped the church to rise to the occasion. Through weekly Friday prayers, relentless prayer-thons, and the establishment of prayer towers, the church prayed like never before. These initiatives fortified our spirits and aligned us with God's will for the year.
Shade 2024 will look like the last push of a baby.
As we stand on the brink of a new year, one question fills the air. What will the Lord reveal through his servant, Apostle Charles? What divine revelation will guide us into the future? Join us for the Harvesters Global Church crossover service on 31st December 2024, where the prophetic word for the year will be unveiled. Don't miss your divine encounter.
And the 2025 will be a new chapter.